Hey guys, so this next video series, we are going to talk about DNS. DNS is something that we use in our office. It's a technique that we use for assessment and rehab. You may hear us talking about it between each other, between the docs, because we use it so often, and we really strongly believe that it's such a helpful tool at looking at the entire body and making sure that we actually treat the problem and that started it in the first place, rather than just the pain complaint that you came in here with. So what does DNS stand for? DNS stands for Dynamic Neuromuscular Stabilization. DNS has three core principles that they talk about and that we use. The first one is diaphragmatic breathing. That's the number one thing that people will understand or know DNS for. It's because we use it with every one of our patients. It's what I draw on the marker board. It's why we make you belly breathe. Those are the reasons that we do it, because it's the very first principle. The second one is developmental kinesiology, the way babies develop, and how that can matter for the rehab that we do. And the last one is joint centration. As chiropractors, joint centration is the thing that we are after all the time. When we adjust, we are just going after joint centration, making sure the joint is centered. We'll explain those three principles a little bit more in depth because they're so important when we are using them to treat you guys. But where did DNS start from? DNS is actually started out in Prague, Czech Republic, by a guy named Kolar or Kolaj. Basically, he works in this physiotherapist hospital. And where it started was they were working with cerebral palsy patients and kids. And basically, they were using these principles to try to get these kids to develop a little bit better and not regress with the disease of cerebral palsy, but actually have improvements in the way that they were functioning and moving, and actually the way that their brains were working. It comes from a really cool background where they were using it with CP patients, but then they started using it into their everyday population and noticed amazing results. And they have some of the best results with some of their patients. And then they've even taken that into their athletic development and to all their athletes and have had huge success with it. We use DNS, though, as rehab in our office because it is an amazing way to map our brains or use the mappings of our brains that we, use as kids, a way to connect the diaphragm breathing and the way to get joint centration so that we get all this good feedback to our brain. So DNS is definitely a rehab tool, but it's a really big neurological tool too. So I hope you guys enjoy these next 3 weeks of us breaking down what DNS is, because it's such a vital part of our practice.